In this video, we are going to see C++ class and object. So what is the class? Class is a user-defined data type. It is a collection of variables and functions. So we will start with the class. So the class example, here I have used a simple class mark. So within the class, we can have a data as well as member functions. All these functions are accessed using the access specifiers. So we have a three access specifier: private, public, and protected. So here in this example, we have used only private and public. In the inheritance example, we will see how the protected is used. Even if you have not mentioned any access specifier, by default the way access specifier is private. Here explicitly it is mentioned as private. So here we have used one simple class. In this class, we are using the variable float variables m, s, and a. M is for storing the getting the mark, and s for sum of the marks, and a for average of marks. And I'm using three function: get function, calculate function, and a display function. Here, once the class functions are defined, it is ended with the semicolon. So that is the end of the class. All the C++ class should be ended with the semicolon, and then the class functions are defined outside now. So here how the functions are defined in the previous thing, within the class it is declared. So now only we are going to define what the function will be. This is also called member functions, right? So the syntax for this is return type, class name, scope resolution operator, and function name. So using this get function, I am getting the mark. So how many marks? Enter a number of marks. So for that, using the for loop, I am receiving the marks. For if suppose if I have entered 4 marks, means the loop will be executed 4 times, 0 to 3 times, 0, 1, 2, 3. So up to that 4 marks are received, and then using calculate procedure, all the marks received will be added using the variable s. S is equal to, already if you have not mentioned, s already stored is 0, 0 plus m of I, right? And then average mark is calculated with the total number of marks. For example, if I have given 4, means that will be calculated sum by in number of marks, and the results are displayed using the display function in the main function. So clear screen and get ch, I am using conio.head folder in the top, and now the class is called mark. For that I am using a object z. So using z, I am calling the function get function, calculate function, and a display function. So that is so in that way it provides data abstraction, data encapsulation, and data hiding to your data. So that means through the objects, I am getting the functions and not getting the data. So your data is secured now in this way. You can give a security to your data, right? That is the main advantage of object-oriented programming language. Now I will compile the program, how the program is working. So now I'll compile the program, right? Compilation. So and then run the program, right? Now we'll run the program. So enter, for example, I have given 4 marks. So I'll run mark enter one by one: 80, 87, 86, and 85, right? 4 marks are entered. The average is calculated, the sum is calculated, and then it is displayed. So this will give you the simple example for your class. So the same program in this example, the functions are defined inside outside the class. So I'll give the same program can be rewritten like this. So I'll open this, open class example. Right. Consider this program. So in this program, here in this way also we can define the class private. So here the same variables. Here what is the difference between the previous program and this program? Here all the functions are declared as well as defined within the class, right? So get function and calculate function and display function, all these are defined within the class itself. So in this way it is also called as inline class. So the functions are inline function. These function, if the functions are defined within the class, this will be called as inline functions. So by default, they are inline functions in this program, right? So the class is over. Now we are compiling the program, right? The object the same, all the things are same. Only difference is the functions are defined within the class. In the previous program, the functions are defined outside the class with the help of the scope resolution operator. Now I'll compile the program. The only difference, so here I have got a warnings. What is given in the warning? Functions containing for are not expanded in line, right? So you just neglect this warning, right? Now consider this program, right? So now run the program, right? And run the program. So the same way you can get the mark, right? Same thing, 80, 85 and 84 and 86. Now that's all. So the mark is the same thing is run. So you can define the member functions within the class or outside the class. If it is defined outside, that will be defined with the help of scope resolution operator. If it is defined inside, so this is also called as inline functions in that way, right? Both the ways are allowed. So this is a simple example for defining a class and object. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.